In this short clip video, we're going to do walls. We're going to add walls. So what I need to do is look back from a bird's eye view. So I'm going to go ahead and come up here to my floor plans, and I'm going to look at my first floor. So I'm going to double click on first floor, and it brings me to here. When I come up to wall under the architecture tab, there are different options that it's giving me here, and they're also across here as well. So this is saying a basic generic 6-inch. You can hit the down, you can do other ones as well. I do want to make a point to say that if there's one not mentioned, you do the exact same thing as we did with the floor. So you can go back and look at the floor video on creating a new type. It's the exact same thing, it's just it's for a wall instead of a floor. The other thing I need to point out is the location line. This is on wall center line. So if I keep that and I click on this corner to create a wall, let me zoom in so you can see, you'll see that the wall is half on and half off the floor. That is never what we want to do. So I'm going to hit escape on my keyboard to not finish that command. I do also want to point out we have our base constraint, which is where the wall will start, and we have our top constraint, which is where the wall will finish. I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually seeing here, let's try second floor, and I'll show you how you can see what all of this means. But I want to get rid of this wall center line, so I'm going to go ahead. We really only use these bottom two, the core face. So I'm going to click on exterior. I'm guessing which one I want to use, honestly. Click on here. If I go to the right, our wall is exactly where it needs to be on top of the foundation, on top of our floor. If I were to go down, I want you to notice that it is off the floor, which is not where we want it to be. That is completely controlled by whichever of these I select. Because if I switch to interior and click on the same corner, now it's the opposite. If I go to the right, it is off. If I go down, it's on. So let me go ahead. I'm just going to leave it on this one. Let me go out so I can see all my corners. And I'm just going to go around and click on my corners. And one thing that's great about Revit is it will make your corners of the walls connect as they should. And then hit escape to stop making more. And I will immediately go into 3D so I can see if this went where I want it to be. So come up to view, click on the little house for 3D view. And here I can see common mistakes. If you click on your wall, it should be sitting on top of your floor, not underneath it. If it's underneath it, then your base constraint is wrong, or you accidentally did an offset, which will move it whatever distance you have off your base constraint. Always make sure that you chose a top constraint. If you have it on unconstrained, it could be some ridiculously, ridiculous number that you won't even want. So you should always have it here on a top constraint. But as I look at this, I can click on my different corners to see this from different angles, and I can see that my walls are exactly where I want them to be.